welcome back to the latest episode of Don't Start Yo Shit, episode 18, featuring the host that do the most, aka King Himothy, aka the Him Reaper, aka the Notorious H.I.M., aka Him Possible, aka the Content. All right, people. I hope you enjoyed the last episode featuring Jacory and Brandon. I am solo for tonight's episode. I know you enjoy me talking. Um, I have an interesting question for the ladies out there for this episode. Excuse me. I want to know something, ladies. Got my robe on here because I'm in my bougie boy era. But I really want to know something, ladies. Do women spoil men with gifts? Do you spoil a man? Do you spoil your man? Now, this is a very interesting topic of discussion, I believe, because when you're really thinking about it, men don't really receive gifts like that. Not really. Now, if you got yourself a good woman um, that loves to show her love and affection for you with gifts because that's one of her love languages, cool. But I'm just talking about in general. Like, even if you're not in a relationship, like, do you have a guy friend that you honestly just think about and be like, I'm just gonna randomly buy him a gift that he would love. He ain't that he wouldn't even expect somebody would get him, just to surprise him. Do women do that? Let's talk about it. When you really think about it, women are the ones that are spoiled with gifts. No matter what, a man will spoil a woman with gifts. He will shower her with gifts, surprise her with gifts, no matter what. Because that's just the natural thing to do, right? It's just the natural way of a man to want to spoil a woman with gifts. But what about men? Ladies, do you actually pay attention to a man when he says he wants something? Do you go out of your way to try to get it? Do you think twice about it when he says he wants something? Maybe he puts it out there, something he sees, something he likes, and maybe he can't afford it for himself. Do you think about getting it for him? Or maybe he can afford it himself. He just hasn't bought it yet. Do you think to go beat him to the punch and surprise him with it before he thinks to buy it for himself? Do women like to spoil men with gifts? And gifts come in all different forms. It's not necessarily something material. But let's start with the material. Do you like to see your man surprised and happy? How, take it from a man's perspective. Do you know how good it feels for a man that a woman thinks enough of him to just randomly buy him a gift? Just because, not because it's any special occasion. There's so many holidays where gifts are warranted, but for the most part, men really get showered with gifts on Father's Day. He may get something for Christmas too, but Father's Day is our day to give gifts. But um, take holidays out of it. Just because it's a random Tuesday, do you just sit there and ponder what may put a smile on this man's face? Do you honestly sit there and think about what may make him happy? What would be a good gift that this man would absolutely smile from ear to ear and enjoy? What gift could I give him that he would really appreciate? I know there's some ungrateful men out there. I know there's a lot of men out there who don't know how to receive gifts because it's just not normal for them. I'm one of them. I love I would love to get a gift. I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to getting surprised with gifts. I'm not used to being spoiled with anything. But just think about it. If your man is a shoe guy and you know this, do you think to just get him some good shoes or some shoes that he really likes? What if he's a clothes guy? Do you think to just get him some nice clothes randomly? Not for any special occasion, not because it's his birthday, Father's Day, Christmas, or nothing. Just because that's your man. or that's a man that you appreciate. If he likes going out and being adventurous and doing activities, do you just think to tell him to get dressed like a man with a woman and just take him out for the whole day and just surprise him with a day full of surprises to all the places that he would really enjoy to go that day? Do you think about that? Because men do. I see on social media the women do the little cards things, pick a card, and that's what we'll do. Do women really do that? I see it on social media, but do you really do that in real life? It's never been done for me. I've never got to pick the cards. I've never been told to get dressed. We're going somewhere. We're going out for the whole day. I've never had a whole day planned for me. Do women spoil men with gifts? That's a serious question. And what about the non-materialistic things? Just the sentimental things, or the things that are of value that you can't necessarily put a price on. Like if a man is watching the game, do you think to just make him a snack, make him a sandwich, bring it to him? Do you think to just rub his feet? He might not even been outside all day. He might not even had a hard day, but you just rub his feet because you know it'll feel good to him. Rub his back, give him a massage. Do you think to bake him his favorite dessert? Or even if you don't bake or cook or anything like that, but you got a little change in your pocket, do you ever just be there with a man and you just have this spare of the moment thought, babe, I'm gonna be right back, and you just leave and you go to the store and you just buy him something? He don't know why you're leaving. All he knows is you're going to the store. And you come back with all his favorite snacks, maybe some ice cream that he loves, anything small like that, just because you thought to make him happy. Do women really do that? Is that a thing? Are you a woman that naturally just wants to do that for a man, or does a man have to do for you first before you do for him? Because don't get me wrong, ladies, men, the men who deserve that kind of treatment are men who actually handle their responsibilities and do what they're supposed to do. If a man is doing what he's supposed to do, does that light a fire within you to want to spoil that man right back? How much think and of course you can, it goes by your standards and what you set for yourself, the bar you set for yourself. How much does a man have to do to get that treatment? Is there enough that he can do to get that treatment? Or are you just not into that? Or do you just think that you are enough? You are the gift. You are the prize. Is that enough? I know for me personally, when I really think about it, and I'm talking about this today because it was brought to my attention. I really have to go back and think about all the times that I was just spoiled with gifts. There are some gifts that are memorable. There are some gifts. See me, I'm appreciative if I get anything. I'm not somebody who is used to getting gifts. I don't know. I don't genuinely don't know how to react when I get a gift because I don't think anybody would think of me enough to even want to get me a gift, right? So when I do pay attention. I do see women doing for their men. I do see women buying their men nice Nike track suits, or buying him some expensive cologne and stuff like that. And I just think to myself, huh, I'm really missing out. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I haven't received gifts. I have received gifts in my lifetime, and I'm very appreciative of all my gifts. But can I ever say that I was consistently spoiled with gifts? No. And I think about there's a lot of gifts out there that I haven't gotten that I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned that I wanted. I specifically remember things that I've said that I've wanted as gifts, and I still haven't received those gifts. Now, I'm not expecting anybody to buy me these gifts, but I know how I will feel if the gifts were bought for me and just randomly given to me just because. And without me telling you, and that's the thing. I enjoy the surprise. I don't want to necessarily have to always tell you or say what I want. Like I want somebody to know me so well or pay attention to me so well that they may really hear me just I could be talking to somebody else, but they hear me talk about something that I may like and they kind of jot it down in their memory and then they go looking for it. They seek it and they find it and they get it for me. Again, I'm appreciative to anybody who's ever given me a gift, but I'm just sitting up here thinking to myself, damn, I think I've deserved a lot more. Now, granted, most of the things that I do have that I really want, I end up going buying myself. And no matter how long it take me, it may take me a year to get the money to get what I really want. But when I get it, I'll buy it. But what if I didn't have to? Ladies, do you understand what it feels for a man to be spoiled every now and again, or on even on a consistent basis if you're that type of woman? Even if you think your man don't want, even if your man say, I don't want you to buy me anything. I'm not materialistic. I don't really do gifts. I don't, even if your man says that, that feeling that man gets when you do actually surprise him, he won't be able to hide it. It'll be all over his face. It's happened to me. I've said, oh, you don't have to give me anything. But then when I've gotten a really good gift, I can't help but feel this emotion on the inside, like, wow, you really care about me. You really love me to to go out of your way to get me something. You guys want to know what my favorite gift is right now? And I'm not ashamed to say it. I tell her this all the time. My best friend got me a manscape. Now, I know to most people that may not seem like something that's worth being at the top of the list, but it really is. It's something that I saw that I really, really, really wanted. And I didn't think a woman would get me this particular gift. I thought I was gonna have to get it myself. I mean, it's a clipper. It's clippers for a man to keep himself clean down here. It's a whole kit. The clippers, the lotion, the toner, the lotion, all that stuff. I thought I was gonna have to get this kit myself, but no. Somebody thought of me enough to know that I wanted this gift so much that they went and ordered it for me. And when I got it, I was like a kid in a candy store. I went back to my inner child came out. It's like, wow, thank you so much. I was so appreciative because every now and again, a man that works hard like I do, I work really, really hard. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not trying to flex or be egotistical or anything like that. For the most part, I'm humble, but I work hard. And a lot of times, I don't think anybody notices me. I don't think anybody pays attention to how tired I be, uh, how I just want something, but I'm a man that likes to handle my responsibilities, so I pay what I need to pay, and then I'll get whatever I want whenever I can get it. Um, just like most men just go about their day and they do what they do without expecting to be rewarded for it. And that's how I operate. I go to work, I handle my bills, everything I handle by myself. I don't expect to be rewarded uh, by anybody. I expect that if I really want something, I'm gonna have to be the one to go get it. But to get this gift, just because they care about me and they have love for me, like I damn near shed a tear, and I don't even cry like that. It meant a lot to me, and that's what I'm saying. Do you ever just sit there and wonder how much a simple gift or a nice gift would be to a man? It's just not something men are used to for the most part. Now there are women out there who, like I said, that's their love language. They do that for their men all the time. But for the majority of us, men do not get rewarded with gifts. The same person bought me my AirPods. I had never had an iPhone in my life. This is my very first iPhone. And AirPods wasn't even in the question for me, but she took me to Best Buy and she got me my first pair of AirPods. I was so happy about that. I've gotten other gifts too. I've had a basket of my favorite candies made for me. I've gotten good body wash, good smell goods, underwear, socks. I'm appreciative of all that, but all these gifts usually come around a special day, a holiday, Father's Day, birthday, stuff like that. What I'm talking about specifically is just existing as a man and randomly getting a gift just because somebody appreciates you that much, somebody cares about you that much, somebody thinks of you and loves you that much to where they don't need to wait till a holiday to spoil you with something. I I enjoy that. Sorry. Sorry about that. And I'm sure most men would enjoy that, but do they receive that kind of treatment? Do they receive that kind of king treatment? And I'm talking about the ones that are worthy of it, the men who handle their business, handle their responsibility. Do they receive that kind of treatment? Fellas, do you? Do you want that? Maybe your woman doesn't know that you actually desire something like that. Maybe your woman doesn't know that you desire to be showered with gifts. She doesn't think much of it. Tell her. Communicate that. That might be all it takes. Hey babe, not a big deal, but every now and again I love if you think to get me a gift every once in a while. Now granted, it'd be better if you didn't have to ask for it. But sometimes, like I said, sometimes you may have to ask for it. And that's my problem. I don't I don't like to ask for things. I don't. If I can't get it myself, then I just won't get it. I don't like to go to anybody and be like, hey, can you get me? But what I'm not afraid to do is say, hey, I like this. I want this. I'm not afraid to say what I like and I want. And it would mean a lot to me if somebody take those words of mine serious and said, hey, okay, you like this, you want this, I'm gonna get this for you. I like it so much better when you don't tell me. If you tell me you're gonna get it and you get it, I'm cool with that too. I'm so appreciative. I'm cool. But that feeling you get when you don't see it coming, that's a different feeling. That's a feeling men should have, ladies. Do you spoil your man? Do you spoil men? Do you even have the mindset that men deserve to be spoiled? Because a lot of women don't think that a man necessarily needs to be given gifts to feel appreciated. So they just don't do it. A lot of women feels like a man's gift is me cooking for you, cleaning the house, giving you sex. Now sex is a gift too. I will take some sex randomly. That is a gift. You can spoil a man with sex. You can spoil a man with his fantasy. Maybe he has a fantasy that you know about that he wouldn't even expect. He would never think you want to do it, but you do it for him because you love him. You want to spoil him. You want to give him that experience. You want to be the one to give him that experience if he's never had it before. And if he has had it before, you want to give him the best experience he's ever had in it. But do you spoil a man? Does it register in your mind that men deserve to be spoiled? Because I really think that determines whether a man gets a gift at all. When I sit here and think about it for myself, there's a lot of things that I want that I would love to be gifted, but um I don't think that there's somebody in my life that would consistently want to be the person to do that for me. Now I'm not saying that I don't have anybody in my circle that wouldn't give me a gift. Everybody in my circle would give me a gift if they could. But what I'm saying is, you know how nice it would be to be given a gift like once a month. You know how nice it would be to know that somebody is constantly thinking of you enough to search high and low for different things that they may think you would like, to introduce you to something you didn't even have on your radar. You ever received a gift that you didn't even think of this type of gift? Like the thought that went into this gift, you would have never thought of it, and you got surprised with it. You can do you spoil men? Do women spoil men? Good topic of discussion. Do you? The pressure for a man to spoil a woman is everywhere. And it's also a common and normal thing. This is why I wanted to make this episode more specific for men, because I don't need to ask men would they spoil a woman. Of course. That's that's a natural way of life. Why would we not want to spoil a woman? Unless we just hate women. If we really like a woman, she's going to get spoiled in multiple ways. So they wouldn't even be interested to me if I made it a split thing. The more interesting point of argument is there enough women out here willing to spoil a man? Are there? Are there enough women? Are you one of those women that like to spoil a man? Ladies, I understand that in certain situations, you may not want to spoil a man because either he is not appreciative when you do stuff like that, or you may have the thought in your mind you don't want to spoil a man with gifts, and things don't work out between you, and now you done spent a whole bunch of money on this man buying him gifts and stuff like that, and now you want it all back, or now you feel like you're wasting your time and your money on a man who just took from you and then did you wrong. I understand the trepidations you may have about it, but at the end of the day, giving gifts is a risk, no matter if you're a man or a woman, because it's a risk for a man to get gifts for a woman, because that woman could easily take all those gifts and give that man nothing. It's so easy for a woman to take and move along and not think twice about it. So imagine how a man feels when he wants to shower a woman with a gift and she act like she don't like it, or she doesn't use the gift, or she's just not appreciative of the gift. Maybe she thinks she deserved better than what you gave her, but that's a risk that you take as a man. Men are not wired like that. For the most part, you know how to give a man a very crappy gift, it has to be an intentional thing. You have to intentionally want to give this man a bad gift. Otherwise, men will take damn near anything you give them. Like I said, I've gotten a pack of socks before, and I was very appreciative. I needed socks. How many men can give a woman a pack of socks and that be good enough for her? Not too many. Men, most men are not that materialistic. The simplest thing could make a man happy. Some tank tops, a hat, if he likes wearing hats, some sunglasses. Men are so simple when it comes to gifts. But how often do you just think about the little things that he may like? How often are you willing to spoil a man if that's your thing? And if it's not your thing, why is it not? Why can you not give a man a gift? Why is there such hesitation to get a man a gift? Because I'm not saying you have to. Let me be very clear. I'm not saying a woman has to give man gifts. I'm saying if you do not, why not? What is the problem with you getting a man a gift? Is it something from your past? Is it something that you're afraid of in your present? Is it just something that you just don't want to do because you don't feel like it's necessary? Let's talk about it. I want to hear all points of view. This is merely a subjective suggestion for women who has a good man or know of a good man who for the most part may not get the love or the flowers they truly deserve on a daily basis. Like if you know that man has a like works hard, goes to the job and they don't really appreciate him at the job and he comes home and home is his peace because home is where he feels like he can be appreciated. Get that man a gift. Get that man a gift. It's okay. It's okay to spend money on a man. It's okay to spoil a man too. I think it should be a give and take thing. If I spoil you, you can spoil me. You don't even have to tell me you're going to do anything for me. Just do it. Pay attention to me. Really listen to me. Really focus on what I'm focusing on. You're gonna know what I want, even if I don't tell you. You're gonna know. Do you love me enough to get it for me, so I don't have to get it myself? You can spoil a man by taking him on a trip. Buy that man a plane ticket. Get a hotel room for the night, and go and put the rose petals on the floor and on the bed for that man. Do you spoil men with gifts, ladies? Because if you don't, you probably should. We love that. We enjoy that. We want that. Don't believe a man when he say he don't want gifts. He do. He just may not want a materialistic gifts. Like I said, there are non-materialistic gifts that you can give a man. Give him that. Spoil that man if he deserves it. But do women spoil men? I know me personally, I'm looking forward to the day where I can find somebody that wants to spoil me with the things that I really like and the things that I really need. Because I'm a giver. I spoil with gifts all the time. That's one of my love languages myself. I love seeing somebody's face light up with a gift that they really, really wanted, and I was the one to get it for them, or that a gift that they wasn't even expecting. I'm the one that gave it to them, and they couldn't be happier. I do all kinds of gifts: romantic gifts, friendly gifts, cheer you up gifts, um, get you out of get you out of a depression gifts. I like giving gifts because I like seeing people happy. And most of the time, you don't even have to tell me what you want. I already know because I paid attention. And even if I don't know, I will ask And if I can go get it, I will go get it because I have no problem spoiling a woman with gifts. That's what a man is supposed to do. But can a man get spoiled too? Can a man get some of that love? Can you spoil a man with gifts? No matter what that gift may be, materialistic or sentimental. Do you spoil men with gifts? And with that, I want to segue into this week's Start Yo Shit segment. So, for the Start Your Shit question of this episode, it's really three questions, but I'm going to make it into one because it kind of all fits under one umbrella. I'm going to answer it. I was asked, am I tired of being single? Do I want a relationship? And what kind of woman am I looking for, if so? That is a very good series of questions, and I'm glad you asked me that. Am I tired of being single? Absolutely. I have been single for over a decade. Let me be very clear. That does not mean I have not had my fun, because I have. But over the course of that decade, I have been resentful of other people's relationships. I've been envious. I've been a little jealous of other people's relationships. I'm very comfortable with saying that. I have, and that's not a good thing. I don't want to look at somebody else's relationship and be like, I want that. I want my own special, unique relationship. But it's hard to go year after year watching other people be in relationships and not want a remnants of that. So am I tired of being single? Absolutely. I'm tired of being single. I don't want to be single anymore. Do I want to have a relationship? Yes, I do. I want to have my person. I want to spoil my person. I want to love my person. I want to treat my person as best as I can treat my person. I want my yes, I do want a relationship. I am mentally and physically ready to be in a relationship. Um, it has not happened for me yet, but yes, I do want a relationship. And what kind of woman am I looking for? One thing I've learned over the course of my time being single is exactly what I want and need in a woman. And I know at the top of that list, I do need a woman that is a great communicator. I'm not a mind reader. Um, I want a woman to be able to communicate with me when we're good and when we're bad, especially when we're bad. And that's the biggest key. Can you communicate with me properly when you're angry? Can we communicate when we misunderstand each other about something? I need good communication. I need somebody who can and is willing to talk to me and can talk through issues that we may have. And not even necessarily talk through issues, just talk. Can I have a good conversation with you? Can I have a deep conversation with you? That falls under that communication umbrella because I want that too. I like all kind of conversations, weird ones too. Can we have a weird conversation? Can we listen and don't judge? I want a woman with a sense of humor who can also match me. Not I want to see I don't even want to say match me, but can have that sarcastic, intangible. I love a woman who can laugh and and be sarcastic with me because I, that's my number one thing. That's my number one trait. I am Mr. Sarcasm. Can you handle that? Can you give it back to me the way I give it to you? I love that. I love a woman that's comical with some sarcasm. Um, I like a 50-50 woman as far as like a balance of going out and staying in. I'm for the most part, I like being at home. I really do. But I also like to pop out when I like to pop out. So I would like to have a woman that's the same way. A woman that would prefer to be at home, but also know how to pop out when it's time to pop out. A woman who understands that we don't necessarily have to go out to have a good time together, to have a date. A woman who would be happy to have a picnic in the living room. I need a perfect. I don't want somebody that wants to be at the house all the time, but I also don't want somebody that wants to be outside all the time. Can I have a perfect balance of being in the house and popping out? Um, I want somebody that is a good listener, who can really hear me out when I really need to talk. Uh, don't necessarily have to be a problem solver because I don't look for anybody to solve my problems, but who can make a suggestion to give me the answer to the problem that I may have. Um, I want somebody who's adventurous, who's always down to go and try something new. Um, Someone who appreciates the little things, who's not always looking for some big grand gesture, but who can truly see the minor little details of the things that I do. Um, Someone who supports me, supports my ambitions, my career goals. Uh, Basically, it's so cliche, but I want somebody who's basically like my like a best friend. Um, I feel like I've already met this person, but one thing about a relationship is you can't force it, and you can't make somebody feel what you feel. Everything that I just said that I wanted a woman, I feel like I've already met this woman, but I'm not with this woman, and I've come to accept that. But at the same time, because of this particular woman, I know that this exists. I know that I can have this. I know that this comes in a package. So it's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a woman that can bring these qualities to the table. And I know it exists because I've met it. I've met her. I've I've met my equal. I've met my match. But I'm not with this person. But I know this person exists. And there's more people like her out there. So it is possible. Um I believe that this person that I'm talking about would have no problem spoiling me with gifts if she could. But I believe I would only get that from this person if we were to be in that type of relationship. As I go out here into the dating pool, I don't expect to run across too many women that are going to want to spoil me with gifts. So that's not something that I'm necessarily looking for. But I truly, truly do hope that I find it. I truly hope that I do end up with somebody that is willing to spoil her man in multiple ways. I appreciate that start your shit question. That was very good. Um yeah. So to end this episode, I want you to ask yourself this question, ladies. Do my man want me to spoil him? And if he does, how can I spoil my man? And when I spoil my man, do I enjoy the feeling I get seeing him so happy? Do I expect him to spoil me in return just because I spoil him? And I can answer that for you. You should absolutely expect it back because a real man will spoil you back. But will you spoil a man in the first place? Let me know, ladies. What do you do? What kind of woman are you? This is me signing off. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to Valentine's Day. I'm hoping to have a Valentine's Day episode conjured up for you guys, which I have time to put that together. I'm not in a rush. Still got a couple of weeks. But I need y'all to continue to tune in and send me questions and suggestions. I mean, questions and scenarios or whatever. Continue to support me so I can continue to bring y'all the topics that y'all want to hear. And yeah, like I said, this has been episode 18. Make sure you tune in for the next episode as we get closer and closer to V-Day. Until next time, don't start your shit. Won't be no shit. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.